Hello everyone, just let me know whether my screen is visible to and my voice is clearly audible or not. Okay, thank you. So good afternoon to all. Before proceeding with today's discussion, I would like to take a quick revision regarding what we have seen in the earlier session. Okay, in the earlier practical session. So we are conducting our practicals on virtual labs, which was designed by different IITs and prestigious institutions. So how to access the virtual labs? So for that, you have to type VLabs in your Google. So first website, that is www.vlab.co.in. So you have to click on this particular website. Okay, so those who were present in last session, they can just note this particular site, www.vlab.co.in. Then I'm clicking on this particular slide. Then one site will be open. So you can read the information regarding virtual labs. So it is an initiative of the Ministry of Human Resource Development. So under this under this website, actually, there are various participating institutes you can observe here. So what they have done is they have prepared different labs under various branches of engineering, and they have just put it the information there that any one of you, and it is again open access to all. So where you taking the use of this particular resource, okay, for us, so for the AD practical actually. So once you have visited on this particular website, that is vlab.co.in, the next step is you have to select the broad areas of the virtual labs. So still we are discussing analog and digital electronics. So it comes under the broad area of electronics and telecommunication or electronics and communication. So I'm just clicking on electronics and communication. So when you click again, there will be different labs available. So you can read here labs which are ready for use. So these are the names of labs, different labs, and it is the name of institution which has designed that particular lab. Okay. So in the last practical session, we have seen the couple of labs from this basic electronics lab, which is designed by the IIT Kharagpur. Okay, this is the basic electronics lab, which is designed by IIT Kharagpur. So under this lab, if you click on this particular lab, then you can observe it is mentioned here. Welcome to the basic electronics virtual laboratory. So here introduction, list of experiments, instruction, technology used, and so on. So we are interested in list of experiments. So when you go to the list of experiment, so different experiments are there. So in last session, we have seen the experiment number 10, that is BJT common emitter characteristics, and experiment number 16, study of basic properties of operational amplifier, that is inverting and non-inverting amplifiers. Okay. So we have discussed it completely, and most of you have already submitted what are the outputs of these two labs. Okay, both labs. Okay, so it's really a nice response actually from you guys. Most of you have already submitted that particular output PDF to me. Those who have not, they can mail me the same PDF, or you can also WhatsApp me. Okay, so just you can go to this any of these. Let's say I'm clicking on the BJT common emitter characteristics. So it is actually a self-explanatory. So there is a theory. So under that theory, you can observe there are different structures of BJT is given along with the symbol of PNP and again many information, theoretical information is given. So you can go through that already. And then the procedure is very well designed. You can just go through the procedure, and by following these sets of procedure, by following these instructions, you can complete the simulation. The next is simulation. So here you can observe there are two tabs mentioned here: BJT common emitter characteristics. First one is BJT input characteristics and then output characteristics. Okay, so you have to select. Let's go to the BJT input characteristics. So this is the simulation window. So from here you can follow these instructions. You can read here that initially set rheostat RH1 equals to 1 ohm and rheostat RH2 equals to 1 ohm. Okay, then you have to set the collector emitter voltage VC. So by following this instruction, you can perform this practical. I will just we'll just take a quick glance on what is actually happening here. So I will not explain you this particular experiment in detail, but I will just take a quick overview. What you can observe here in instruction, what you have to read this particular instruction. Okay, so you can observe the second instruction is you have to set the collector emitter voltage to 1 volt by adjusting rheostat RH2. So now this is VC. Okay, this VC should be 1 volt. Now RH2 I am varying You can observe the IC, the value of IC as well as VC is also, it is changing. I have kept VC to 1 volt. Now this VC should be constant. And now for input characteristics, you have to vary this RH1 control, so that by varying rheostat 1 reading, input base current as well as input VB, that is base to emitter current, emitter voltage, will also vary. And you have to take then reading. So I am just taking the readings at different steps. So you can observe VB is equals to now 0.1. Once this is set, you have to just add this reading to the table. Similarly, you have to collect different readings. Now don't vary the RH2. Don't vary this control RH2 panel, because what we have done, we have fixed the value of VC equals to 1 volt. We are just varying the RH1, that is rheostat 1. So by varying rheostat 1, what we are doing actually, we are varying the value of base current, that is input current, and base to emitter voltage, that is input voltage in this case. And you have to just observe this VB. We are taking the reading of VB by 0.1 uniform step. So here you can observe first reading is 0.1 volt, then second reading will be 0.2 volt. I have already adjusted to 0.2 volt. Then you have to simply click on the add to table. So you can observe the VB is now 0.2 and corresponding value of IB, that is base current, is 2.66. The unit is microampere. Similarly, again you can take reading for 0.3. Again you have to vary this 0.4. Again next reading is 0.5. Then you have to click on add to the table. It is quite simple. Okay, connection is already done. 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, and final it is 1 volt. So we have taken total 10 readings. You can observe by the steps of 0.1. Right now these readings are we have taken these readings. Okay, now we have to plot these readings. So what you have to do, there is one tab here, that is it can be read as plot. So I'm just clicking on the plot. So when you click on the plot, it will automatically draw the graph for you. So for this, x-axis is base emitter voltage, that is VB, and y-axis is base current, that is IB, and this is the plot. So again you can take the print of it. Okay, so you can observe here. So in this way your readings will be also here, your circuit diagram is also here, and this will be the plot. So you can simply save it in the form of PDF, right? So in this way you can perform the first practical, that is input output characteristics of common emitter amplifier. Okay. Then similarly you can also go with the BJT output characteristics. You can perform BJT output characteristics. Again you have to first read the procedure, then you have to follow the procedure and take the different readings. Okay, all right. So we have already seen this, so I will not spend more time on this particular. So this was our first experiment. Then second, we have seen the experiment number 16, that is study of basic properties of operational amplifier. Okay, inverting and non-inverting, this 16 under the same lab. Okay, this is the same lab. You can remember the name, you can note down the name, Basic Electronics Lab. It is by IIT Kharagpur. So again, when you click on this particular lab, okay, you can observe study of basic properties of operational amplifier, inverting and non-inverting amplifier. So again, there is theory, there is procedure. I will straightly move towards the simulation. So when you click on the simulation, there are two tabs. One is inverting op-amp and second one is non-inverting op-amp. Let's go with the non-inverting op-amp, non-inverting amplifier. When you click on the non-inverting op-amp, you can observe there is circuit diagram, but this is not connected. The circuit diagram, you have to connect it first. Then you have to check whether these connections are correct or wrong. And then you have to take the different readings. So these three controls are given here. One is input voltage, that is V in. Second one is R1 and third one is RF. So three input controls are given. By varying these three inputs, you can observe the output. So first one is you have to connect to the connection. So you can simply click on this particular point and from here the one wire will be automatically drawn. So these 2 points will be automatically connected and so on. Again V in, you have to again click here, then 5 pin is connected here and so on. Okay, you can also check the connections. So here one tab is there, check connection. So by clicking on tab, one window will appear, that is it is right connection. Okay, if it is wrong, then it will display wrong connection. Then you have to do the connection once again. Then you have to again one instruction has been written here, that set resistance R1 and feedback resistance RF and input voltage. Now you have to set these three values. Okay, so I will just take few readings. Let's say my input voltage is 1 volt. You can observe this is nothing but input voltage here. By varying this control, you can observe the value of this Vin is varying. I will keep my input voltage as, let's say, 5 volt. Okay, this input voltage is now 5 volt. Now by varying this control over here, the control of R1, you can vary the value of R1. The value is in kilo ohms. So I am keeping my R1 equals to 10 kilo ohm. And RF is also, I am keeping it as, let's say, 20. Okay, so RF is 20, R1 is 10 kilo ohm. What is the formula for the gain of non-inverting amplifier? The gain of non-inverting amplifier is nothing but 1 plus RF upon R1. Okay, so 1 plus RF upon R1. Now RF is 20, R1 is 10. So what will be the gain? 1 plus 20 divided by 10. That is 1 plus 2. Okay, so the gain of this circuit will be 3. 1 plus 2 is 3. So now V in is 5 volt. So what should be the output? The output should be 15 volt. Okay, so by making this particular controls, by setting these controls, I am adding it to the table. Okay, there is some problem here. Okay, I will set it one more time. Let's say 2, R1 is, let's say, 5, R2 is 10. So again RF is 10, R1 is 5. Okay, so you have to set input voltage at last. Okay, remember that. First, you have to set resistance R1 and RF, and then you have to set input voltage. Okay. So now my input voltage is, let's keep it as 5 volt again. My input voltage, you can observe it is 5 volt. R1 is 5 and RF is 10. So RF upon R1, 10 by 5 is 2. So what will be the gain? 1 plus 2, that is 3. So again, what should be the output? Output voltage should be 3 times of the input voltage, because the gain of this circuit is 3. So 3 multiplied by 5, my output should be 15 volt. Okay, so I'm just adding this particular reading to my observation table or experimental table. So you can observe the first reading is input voltage is 5 volt. So the output was 15 volt. Similarly, if I again vary this input knob and keep it as 4 volt, then what should be the output voltage? My output voltage is 12 volt. Okay, so in this way, again you can take a plot. So when you take a plot, so since we have only taken 2 readings, so our plot is nothing but a line which is connecting 2 points. Okay, so you have to take around 6 to 7 readings for this. You have to only vary input voltage, the corresponding readings you have to take. Okay, so this, we have already seen this in the last session. So that's it for this practical session. Now we will start the discussion regarding today's practical session. This was only for those who were absent in the last session. Yes, you already have done these 2 experiments. I know that. I have taken this just for the sake of revision, right? So now we will move towards the today's session. So again, in order to do that, we have to follow again same steps, but today we will use different lab. Okay, that lab was initially we have used basic electronics lab by IIT Kharagpur. Now today we will use some different lab, but again you have to go to the vlab.co.in. Again you have to go to the electronics and communication broad area, and under this broad area, initially what we have selected basic electronics lab by IIT Kharagpur. But now for today's discussion, we will select digital electronics lab. This one. Okay, means first, second, third, and fourth. So I'm selecting digital electronics lab. In bracket, it is indicated as new. So you can note this lab. This lab is actually by IIT Roorkee. Okay. So in last session, we have seen whatever we have seen that was related to the analog electronics, BJT, input output characteristics, common emitter characteristics, and inverting and non-inverting. All these 3 are nothing but related to the analog electronics. Now today we will see few labs related to the digital electronics. Okay, so you have to go to this particular lab. I hope you have noted it down. It is digital electronics lab. In it is written as new, and the institute providing or the institute which have designed this particular lab is IIT Roorkee. So I am clicking on that particular lab. So here you can observe digital electronics IIT Roorkee. Again, introduction, objective, list of experiments, target audience, course alignment, and feedback. Different titles are mentioned here, but we are interested in list of experiments. So I will click on list of experiment. So on this list of experiment, you can observe various 12 different experiments are mentioned here. And all are nothing but digital. These are nothing but related to the digital electronics. Okay. So the first, if you read the first list of first experiment, the first experiment is nothing but verification and interpretation of truth table of AND or not NAND nor XOR XNOR gates. We have already seen these different gates and its truth table. In this first experiment, what you have to do, you have to do the verification of these all logic gates, all 7 logic gates. We have already seen this in unit number 4 and first topic. So notes is already with you. And this what you have to do, you have to observe that truth table and you have to verify whether the truth table is correct or wrong. So this first lab is very simple. So I will just go click on this first lab. So when you click on this particular lab, so different tabs are again mentioned here, aim, theory. So these are the aim. Okay. So our objective is this particular 3-line aim. What is our objective? Our objective is to verify only. Okay. To verify the table for all these logic gates. Okay. So this RTL logic and TTL logic, DTL logic is not of our use. So you can neglect that thing. What you have to do under this lab, just make sure that you verify the truth table for all the logic gates and or not NAND nor XOR and XNOR. Okay. So now under this there is theory. So you can go through theory and you can observe in theory what they have done. They have given us the symbol AND gate and truth table is already mentioned. So this is the AND gate, symbol of AND gate and the truth table of AND gate. We know AND gate. For AND gate, all two inputs should be 1 or high, then only the output will be high. Otherwise, output will be 0. So these things are very important, the symbol and truth table. Again, the symbol and truth table, just ignore this diagram, okay? So since it is not in our syllabus, we are not interested in this diagram. It is actually RTL logic. So what you have to understand, what you have to remember that under the heading of each gate, now here is OR gate. So there will be symbol and there will be a truth table. So these two things only are important to us. And you have to verify whether this truth table is correct or wrong. Okay. Similarly, there will be the symbol and truth table for all the logic gates. Okay. You can go through that. Then is a pre-test. One tab is given pre-test. So let's see what is test. So pre-test is basically it is testing your knowledge. Okay. So you can go through it. You can check how much knowledge do you have. Then there is a procedure. This procedure, I think it is not needed to you. It's for I will tell you. So in simulation, we will go straight to the simulation. So under this simulation, you can observe 7 different gates are there. I hope it is visible. 7 different gates are mentioned here, and or not NAND nor XOR and XNOR. Let's click on the AND gate. So whenever you click on the AND gate, in at the top side there are 2 simulators, simulator 1 and simulator 2. So currently we are in simulator 1. So if you observe simulator 1, so this is nothing but RTL logic. You can read here AND gate using RTL logic. So since it is not in our syllabus, we are not going to use simulator number 1. So what we are doing, we will select simulator 2. So this is simulator 2. It is quite simple, right? So here a symbol of AND gate is there and truth table is used as an observation table. So what you have to do, you have to simply put the values of A and B. So let's say I have taken the value of A as 0, B as 0. What should be the output? The output of AND gate when both inputs are 0, 0. What should be my output? My output should be also 0. Okay. Then you can check this. If it is correct, then you can observe your first reading is this. A is 0, B is 0, output is 0 and remark is correct. Again, let's say I am changing the value of B as 1. The output will be again 0. I'm again checking it. So the second entry is A is 0, B is 1, output is 0, remark is correct. So this is the very simple experiment actually. I'm changing the value of A to 1 and B to 0. Again, one of the input is 0, the output will be 0. So this is the verification process. Now, if I take the value input value of 1 1, that is A equals to 1 and B equals to 1, then what should be my output? Again, if I am making a mistake here and I am writing the output is still 0, I know the correct answer is 1. But let's say by mistake I am writing here 0. Then I am clicking on check. Now observe here, when A equals to 1, B equals to 1, the output I have written it as 0. In remark, it is saying that it is incorrect. This reading is incorrect. Okay. So if I change this output to 1, now you can observe my fifth reading is A equals to 1, B equals to 1, the output is 1. And the remark is now correct. So in this way, you can verify the truth table of AND gate. Now it is quite simple. By clicking on the reset, you can reset the whatever the value you have written here in place of A and B. Similarly, you can take the print from here. Once you are done with the all input combinations and you have found out or you have verified the outputs correctly, then you can take the print here. When you take the print, it will be saved in the form of PDF. So it will look like this. So I hope it is visible to you. So symbol will be there and truth table, correct truth table will be also there. Of course, if you have made a few mistakes while doing that, then again it is also mentioning that. Okay. So for 7 different logic gates, there will be 7 different PDFs. Okay. So like this, you have to complete this particular experiment. Again, remember, you can use simulator 1, but still it is not actually given in your syllabus, so that's why we are skipping simulator 1. Simulator 1 is also quite easy, but we are not going to discuss that. We will use simulator 2 only. Okay. Then likewise, you can perform all these for the all 7 gates. I will again take one more gate, let's say XOR gate. So when you click on the XOR gate, we are not interested in simulator 1. So we are selecting simulator 2. When you select simulator 2, you will observe the symbol of XOR gate and the corresponding truth table you have to verify. So we know that for XOR gate, what is the functioning of XOR gate? Whenever A and B both are different, then output will be high. A and B both are same, the output will be low. Okay. So I'm just writing here A equals to 0, B equals to 0, then output should be, since both input are 0, 0, output will be 0. Check. Yes, it is correct. Then when A is 0 but B is 1, you can observe the inputs are different. Inputs are at different logic level, right? So the output will be 1. Similarly, when the value of A is 1 and B is now 0, again these two inputs are at different logic levels, the output will be 1. And final combination is 1 1. When both inputs are same, the output will be 0. Okay, so you can observe for all four possible combinations, our output, it is correct. Then you can take a print, you can save it as PDF. Okay, so in this way you have to perform this very simple practical. Actually, you have to perform this for all four, all not four, all 7 logic gates. Okay, so if you are having any doubt regarding this particular experiment, then you can ask me. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes here. If you are having any doubt, then you can ask the chat box, or you can simply unmute and ask your doubt. Okay, so I guess since it is very simple, then there should not be any doubt. Then we will move towards the next lab. Again, we are following the same path. Digital Electronics Lab, new. Okay, it is by IIT Roorkee. Then again, after clicking on that, I'm again going to the list of experiments. So we have just seen the experiment number 1. Then the second, if you observe the second, so it is nothing but a construction of half and full adder using XOR and NAND gates and verification of its operation. So again, we have already seen in our theory unit the working of half adder and full adder. Okay, we have also seen the truth table for half adder and full adder. Again, you have to go through the half adder full adder theory. You have to study the truth table first, and then you can do the verification of half adder and full adder in this particular experiment. For accessing this experiment, I am clicking on this particular second experiment. So when I click on the second experiment, you can observe here the aim is mentioned. Verify the truth table of half adder and full adder by using XOR and NAND gates respectively. Okay. Then theory is also mentioned here. You can go through the theory. We have already seen the operation of half adder. What do you mean by half adder? So half adder will add only 2 bits. 0, 0, answer will be 0. 0, 1, the addition will be 1. 1, 0, again addition will be 1. And for 1, 1, the addition is 0, but carry will be generated, which is 1. But, okay, so half adder will have 2 inputs and 2 outputs. 2 inputs and 2 outputs. So the schematic of half adder is also already shown here. So two inputs are A and B are 2 inputs and outputs are sum and carry. This is the truth table. Now what you have to do in the simulator, you have to just observe the truth table. So this thing, it is not actually needed. Just you have to observe the logic diagram. So this is the logic diagram of half adder. So sum is nothing but the output of XOR gate, and carry output is nothing but the output of AND gate. Likewise, you can go through the theory. Then again, pre-test is there. Then you can check your knowledge based on this particular quiz. Then procedure is already mentioned, so you have to follow this procedure. So there are 7 steps actually. So connect the supply 5 volts. So first you have to connect the supply. So this button is given here. We will see in the simulation itself. So you have to follow these steps while doing the simulation, while performing the practical. So now I'm going to the simulation tab. So when you click on the simulation, you can observe there are 2 more tabs here. One is for half adder and second one is for full adder. Let's take a quick preview with the half adder, what will happen. Again, when you click on the half adder, again there are 2 simulators. So simulator 1, again, if you observe, these are nothing but the ICs of gates. But since we are not familiar with the ICs, we will go to the simulator 2. So it looks quite simple. Simulator 2. Again, circuit diagram is there and the truth table is also there. You have to follow again same. You have to just write all possible combinations of the inputs and you have to verify the outputs of the half adder. So let's say when A equals to 0, B equals to 0, what should be the sum? Sum should be equal to 0 and carry should be also 0. Okay, then you can click on the check. When you click on the check, the entry will be there in your truth table. So for A 0, B 0, sum and carry both are 0, 0. Again, here is one circuit tab is there. When you click on this circuit tab, what will happen? Let's see. It is showing you the internal circuit diagram. Okay. When you click on the circuit, it will show you the internal circuit diagram. So you can, from here, you can observe that sum is nothing but the output of XOR, that is A XOR B, and carry is A and B. This is the output of this AND gate. Okay, so next possible is 0, 0 ho gaya, then 0, 1. For 0, 1, what will be the sum? Sum will be 1 and carry will be 0. Let's check whether it is correct or wrong. Yes, it is correct. Then third case is when A equals to 1 and B is 0. Sum will be again 1 and carry will be 0. Let's check. Yes, it is correct. Finally, when both inputs are 1, 1, the sum will be 0 and carry will be 1. So all these 4 combinations you can observe 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 and 1, 0 and 1, 1. All these 4 combinations we have taken at the input, and we have also verified whether this truth table is correct or incorrect. Okay, then again you can take the print of this particular output experiment. Under this print you can observe the block diagram will be there of half adder, circuit diagram will be also there, and truth table will be also included. So you can save this diagram. Okay, so in this way you can save this PDF. Again, it is also quite simple. Similarly, you have to perform the experiment for full adder. We have just now seen the half adder. Now let's see the full adder part in this second experiment. When you click on the full adder, again simulator 1 will have the logic of the full adder. So it is basically they have provided one kit, and under this kit these are different gate ICs. So 7486 is the XOR gate IC, and in one gate you can observe there are 4 XOR gates. Okay, but since it is not of our used, we will select simulator 2. When you select simulator 2, it looks quite much simpler. Then again, when you click at the circuit, the internal circuit diagram you can observe. So this is block diagram, it is internal circuit diagram and truth table. Again, you have to verify the output of your full adder for different combinations of input. So first is when all inputs are 0, 0, 0, the output will be also 0, 0. The next one is 0, 0, 0, 5. The sum will be 1, but the carry will be 0. So total 8 input combinations are possible. So you can just so what is the problem here? Second input, okay. Carry out, I think I have written carry out it as 1. Okay, so it is incorrect. Just 1 second. Okay, so there is one correction here in this particular lab. So the correction is this sum should be actually the carry, and this carry output should be the sum. Okay, because what is happening, just you can observe. Just wait a minute, I will show it to you. So I'm again going to the full adder simulator 2. Okay, so what is happening here in this lab? What is wrong with this lab? Not wrong, actually there is one correction. What is the correction? This sum, the output, okay, this output terminal sum, it should be actually the carry. Okay, and carry should be actually sum output. We'll just verify that. When 3 inputs, okay, or 3 inputs are 0, 1, 0, then what should be the sum? Anyone? When a equals to 0, b equals to 1, and c in is 0, then sum should be 1
1.
and carry should be 0.
0.
right? So my this combination should be correct. But when I click on the check, what is happening here? You can observe. What we have written? We have given the sum as 1. But if you observe this truth table, the sum in the sum section, it is indicating as we have written 0. No? And we have written carry as 0, but here it is showing that carry is 1. So that's what I'm telling you, that these two output pins should be swapping. This sum is actually the carry and this carry is actually sum. So kindly take note of it. Okay, so what I am doing is I am writing carry here and I am writing sum here. Now I am going to check. It is showing me correct. Okay. Again, we will take one more example. Let's say now A is 0, B is 1 and C in is also 1. So what should be the sum? Sum should be 0 plus 1 is 1 and 1 plus 1 is 0. And carry should be 1. So sum I am writing in front of carry. I am writing sum in front of carry. So sum is 0 and carry is 1. I hope you found out what was the correction. The correction is this sum should be actually carry terminal and this carry terminal is actually a sum terminal. And by taking care of that, you have to do this particular experiment. Again, you can take a print, right? So in this way, you have to, again, these are very simple experiments actually. In this way, you can perform the second experiment. If you are having any doubt, then you can ask me. Then again, in list of experiment, same lab we are referring, lab from IIT Roorkee, digital electronics, new. Okay. We have seen first experiment, then we have seen construction of half adder, full adder, and third one is to study and verify the half and full subtractor. So we are also well aware of the working of half subtractor and full subtractor. We have already seen that in unit number 5, I guess. Not unit number 5 actually, unit number 4 itself. Okay. So in unit number 4, all these three experiments, experiment number 1, experiment number 2 and experiment number 3, all these three experiments are from unit number 4 and we have already studied this in our theory classes. Okay, so we will just one more time go to the experiment number 3. When you click on the experiment number 3, again you can observe it is to study and verify the half and full subtractor. Then theory is there, pretest and procedure, and then I'm straightly moving towards the simulation part. So under this simulation again there are two tabs. First one is for half subtractor and second is for full subtractor. I'm going to the half subtractor again. This is not useful for us, so that's why we are going for the simulator 2. Okay, now it looks much simpler. Then when you click on the circuit, the internal circuit will appear. Okay, so now again half subtractor is nothing but two inputs are there and output are difference. Now in place of sum there is difference and in place of carry there is borrow. So again you have to verify whether this truth table is correct or wrong. So when both inputs are 0 0, what is the difference? Difference is 0 and borrow is also 0. Yes, it is correct. Then let's say A is 0 and B is 1. So from this input, what we are doing actually, the difference, how we are taking difference, A minus B. We are subtracting B from A. So now the difference is 1. 0 minus 1. It will be 1. But there will be borrow as well. And why we are, why? Because we are subtracting B from A. We are subtracting 1 from 0. That means we are subtracting large quantity from small quantity. So that's why you have to take the borrow from the next bit. So that's why borrow will be also 1. So now for this combination, that is when A equals to 0, B equals to 1, the difference is 1 and borrow is also 1. So let's check whether it is correct or wrong. Yes, it is correct. Then again, when A is 1 and B is also 1, the difference will be 0 and the borrow will be also 0. Let's check. Yes, it is correct. Then one remaining condition. When A is 1 and B is 0, the difference should be 1, but there should be no borrow. Okay. These are the 4 possible combinations. Again, you can take a print. Similarly, you can perform for the full subtractor also. Okay. So these are actually quite a simple practicals, but again, we will perform that. You have to perform that all, and you can print the outputs and you can save it at your machine. Or whether I think it is possible on mobile also, so you can also save on the mobile or on your PC also. Okay. So under this digital electronics lab new designed by IIT Roorkee, what we have seen first 3 experiments. So until the next session, kindly go through all these 3 experiments. They are very, very easy. You have to just do the verification and the truth table of all these 3 logics. Either it should be logic circuits or logic gates or half adder, full adder, half subtractor, full subtractor. The truth tables are already available to you. What you have to do? You have to just verify whether those truth table are correct or wrong. Okay. So that's it for the today's session. If you are having any difficulty or if you are having any query, then you can ask me. Otherwise, we will conclude our today's session. Also, let me know in the chat box whether you have understood what we have discussed today or not, whether it is clear to you or not. Just let me know in the chat box. It is actually quite easy. Okay. So, if you are having any query, then you can ask. Otherwise, we will conclude our session here. So, thank you. The next session we will discuss in the I think next Tuesday. Yes, next Tuesday. So until then, I hope you will go through all these 3 labs, okay, and perform it on your own. Okay, then. Thank you.